Hey everyone, ShabbyMania here and welcome to Night 2 of our ShabbyMania pay-per-view here from SWE Rising. This is a big one. We're going to get our first championship matches out the way, which of course will also guarantee some people some slots on Rising in the next season. And here is our opening match of the evening. It is going to be for the Rising Tag Team Champions. Your champions, TM61, make their first defense against Guerrillas of Destiny, who of course won the Tag Team #1 Contendership Tournament, defeating the likes of Gallows and Anderson and Red Dragon along the way, as well as defeating, of course, the Young Bucks in the final. So really deserve their place here, Guerrillas of Destiny, and pretty late to debut in this universe mode, and really taking full advantage. Like I said, if they do get the victory here, then we will be seeing them definitely in our 2K19 version of Rising, should you guys vote to see a second season of this universe. I think it's gone pretty well. I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then there's going to be a lot of different options for you to vote on, and I would hope that you would reconsider this, because I've enjoyed this, to be honest. There is going to be quite a lot of different options to pick from, I must admit. There's some cool stuff going on. And I'm looking forward to it. And of course, PJ Toby's got some as well. It's been pretty cool. We've got some tournament ideas as well for you guys to have a look at. So there's some real cool stuff still to come from us. Can TM61, who shocked the world by defeating the Young Bucks, and then shocked the world even more by defeating Red Dragon and become the Tag Team Champions, can they shock the world once again by defending these belts successfully at ShabbyMania? Of course, these two guys made a lot of their career in Pro Wrestling Noah, which is why they are part of this Japanese roster, and I can't wait to see how they get on here. Two great up-and-coming talents. I believe they've gone heel now in NXT, and they've changed the name from TM61 to the Mighty, as far as I'm aware. So, interesting, to say the least, from these two guys. And they are on 2K19, I'm pretty sure, as well, aren't they? I think they are. I don't remember them being taken off. Like Tommaso Ciampa for some bizarre reason. I've got no idea. I don't understand how 2K nukes work, to be honest. There are some exciting things about the universe mode, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know. We'll find out when we start playing around with it in a couple of weeks' time exactly what this game will bring to us and how it will improve our universe mode, if at all. That's the hope. I want to keep bringing out the best quality videos we can. And with a dodgy game with terrible features, that's not going to be very easy to do. So let's hope this year they've got it right. It sounds positive, some of the stuff we're hearing. Don't get me wrong, I've got absolutely no interest whatsoever in big head mode or zombie mode. I can tell you that right now. But there are some interesting improvements. But then again, we heard it all in this one. It said improved tag team AI. It's like, well, where? I've done tag team matches and the AI is still diabolical. Improved referee AI. Again, from last year to this year's game, I've seen no improvement at all. So I'm hoping when they do actually say we've improved this, we can actually see a difference. That's my hope anyway. I'll say my bad mouthing until the game comes out, I suppose. Let's just wait and see what we get before I for a bad mouth. Again, there's, like I said, some features on there that I really like. Like the manager feature, I think is fantastic. That's something I've been wanting for a long time. And stupidly enough, it's something we had back in like SmackDown 2 and SmackDown, whatever the ones were called back then. You used to be able to assign a manager to a wrestler, which was great. That's exactly what we should have. I don't know why it was ever taken off. It's like assign Paul Heyman to Brock Lesnar, then every Brock Lesnar match, Paul Heyman's at ringside. Then we can have a new manager join somebody, and we can assign the new manager. tag teams can now assign to be each other's managers as well, which would be fantastic. So yeah, it's just how it should be in my mind, to be honest. Then having more than 4 championships on a brand, of course, everyone's going, yeah, this is a really good feature. It's something we should have had a long time ago when you think about it. It's like, why are we forced to have 4... And you had to have the 4 championships had to be, what was it, a main event, a upper mid card, a tag team and a women's. It's now not fixed that way. You can now have whichever 6 championships you want. So if you want a female-only brand, you can have 6 female championships. You want a tag team-only brand, you can have 6 tag team championships if you really wanted to. So there's a lot of different things. It means we can now have 2 tag team championships. Could have a junior heavyweight and a normal tag team, which we could possibly do at some point in one of our universes. I know this is probably the best one for it, but yeah, you know. So we'll have to wait and see what happens, I suppose. And I want to see if they've improved the create a match feature, which is, it's been okay, but there's not really been a lot we could have done with it. Of course, we have created certain matches. I want to try and create some more, obviously. There's still some really cool things we could do. I'd like to get 3 stages of Hellback. That was pretty cool. So it was a best 2 out of 3 falls match, but each fall had different rules. That'd be quite nice. As at the moment, Guerrillas of Destiny are dominating TM61. So, of course, this episode is the second part of 4 of our ShabbyMania pay-per-view. We're going to have 3 championship matches on this one. Of course, we've opened with the Tag Team Championship. Up next, we have the Junior Heavyweight Ladder Match Invitational. Then we've got the Dream 4-Way between Mysterio, Liger, Ultimo, Dragon and Tiger Mask. And then we'll be finishing off this part of ShabbyMania with a Fatal 4-Way Elimination Intercontinental Championship match as Ibushi defends against Naito, Omega and Tanahashi. So all the action still to come. And then, of course, in a couple of days' time, we'll have our next video, which will have another 2 championship matches, the Openweight belt and the United States Championship belt, as well as the Devlin versus Finn Balor match in a best 2 out of 3 falls, plus a match which I have not yet announced because it's just come to me over the last hour or so that I want to do it. I've been thinking about a way to do it for, I don't know, Yeah, no, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I've got it. And it's going to be, of course, Adam Cole and Red Dragon versus Marty Scurll and the Young Bucks in a elimination tables match. That's coming up for you in the next video. So I've been debating with that one for a while. I wanted a 6-man tag and elimination table. It was just trying to find the right people at the right times to be able to do it, really. That was the plan anyway. As Tama Tonga now stalking. Keep getting confused, which that's Shane Thorne, isn't it, in the ring? Who's just been double arm DDT, and Nick Miller is outside the ring with Tangaloa. I don't think he's going to get there in time, is he? He doesn't get there in time, and Guerrillas of Destiny are your brand new rising tag team champions, and they are going to guarantee themselves on a place in the next season of SWE Rising, should you guys pick it. So there we go. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And brand new tag team champions already in this universe mode. We've got plenty of championship matches to come over the next few days, and a lot of them being defended in 4 ways, which means it's going to be very, very difficult to defend. And it'd be interesting to see how many belts do change hands at the end of the 4-part ShabbyMania pay-per-view. So Guerrillas of Destiny really found this match pretty easy, as you would expect from them. Well done, Guerrillas of Destiny. Your new tag team champions. And like I said, guarantee themselves a place in SWE Rising Season 2. What a start. And next up then we go straight into our junior heavyweight invitational ladder match, where of course Ricochet will be defending his championship against whoever the hell turns up, basically. So the music kicks in. Who is going to be the first person to enter themselves into this match? I have no idea. It's just seeing a lot of fantastic cruiserweights in the back today, and it's interesting to see which ones have put themselves forward. The fans are getting pretty hyped up. The music kicks in. I can't hear it because my telly's on mute, so I don't duplicate the sound through the microphone. Who's it going to be? Oh, of course, it's our champion, King Ricochet. Well, of course people are excited to see him. And he'll be excited to see who is going to be coming out to join him. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also quite apprehensive because the game is a bit funky when it comes to ladder matches. I mean, it's always been a bit rough. There's always a few glitchy situations, and the animation is what really kills me. The fact that you win the match, but the animation still goes on for 2 or 3 seconds afterwards, are you bringing the belt down? So it looks like people have just stood there waiting for you to do it when actually you've already won. So that frustrates me, but there you go. So let's see who the first entrant is. We're gonna skip a bit to these entrances. I'm not gonna make you watch all of them because I don't know how many people are coming out, but it's gonna essentially be quite a lot of people, I would imagine. I don't think it's gonna be one-on-one, is it? An invitational ladder match. So the first challenger for Ricochet's Junior Heavyweight Championship. Of course, Ricochet is on 2K19, so he'll be a great asset to keep the championship. It's Kushida. Okay, Kushida. No massive surprises there. One of the best cruiserweights in the world and one of the best cruiserweights on this game. So it'd be great to see him get involved in this match. And can you imagine all these guys, whoever it is going to come out, we know they're all cruiserweights. Can you imagine them all fighting around the ladder? I mean, this is going to be absolutely insane. There's going to be so much action that we all know that I'm really going to struggle to even keep track of what's going on. So please do afford me a little bit of leeway. Next up then, after Kushida, our next entrant into the match is going to be... It's going to be a long loading sequence. God, they're taking their time, aren't they? A real long loading sequence. It's Hiromu Takahashi, of course, representing the LIJ stable. He is a second, and again, one of the best cruiserweights in the world. Not really a massive surprise to see him involving himself in this match. He's got a much quicker entrance than everyone else as well, which is pretty nice. So, again, 2 very, very big challenges to Ricochet. And, again, we don't really know how many people are going to be in this match as of yet, but the more the merrier, in my opinion. And we've already got some absolutely fantastic ability in the match already. Who is going to be next? It's another long loading sequence, which means it's probably going to be a created wrestler, not somebody on the game. Ooh, it's slow. God, it is really slow, isn't it? It's Will Ospreay again, no massive surprise. Absolute fantastic cruiserweight wrestler, and somebody again that could easily walk out of here as the champion. Of course, has had some fantastic matches one-on-one alongside Ricochet in the past, and now part of this 4-man ladder match and rising. It could be a huge amount of people in this match for all we know. And Will Ospreay is just the next. Right, so that is 4. That is Ricochet, Ospreay, Kushida, and Takahashi. I understand there are still more people waiting to arrive. Or make their entrance, should I say, at least. The next person to enter the match is going to be... God, this game's so slow today, isn't it? Oh, it's Zack Sabre Jr. Okay. That's interesting. Zack's been fighting for a lot of different stuff so far. He's been for the Intercontinental Championship, and Now he's putting himself in this junior heavyweight division as well. Interesting. We've seen some cracking matches from Zack so far. I mean, being involved in some good stuff and not yet had his big break, and this is his big opportunity here today, then going for the junior heavyweight divisions championship and trying to confirm himself a place on the WWE 2K19 roster as well. Of course, the winner, just like Guerrillas of Destiny, will confirm themselves a place on the second season should you guys vote for it. And why wouldn't you? We've had a good time, haven't we? That's all that matters. Again, another long loading screen. Who is going to be next? Oh, it's Travis Banks as well. Nice. Travis Banks putting himself as part of this match. Of course, we've seen Travis Banks as part of the tag team division so far alongside Jay White. He's also had a couple of decent singles matches as well, I think notably against Bobby Fish recently. And Travis Banks also, did he get a win over, was it Nakamura early on in the Universe mode as well? So he's had a very good season of Rising, and it's great to see him back here again. Of course, probably would have been considered for Rising beforehand, but I think with the quite impressive SWE World Cup he had, he really locked himself a place in this Universe mode, and now he's trying to lock himself a place in 2K19 as well. I think Banks is someone that I didn't use as much as I probably should have done in previous Universe modes, and I feel like he might be involved in a lot more come 2K19, especially some of the newer Universe modes that we got planned to have a go at. So Travis Banks, is that number 6? Is that everyone? No, it's not everyone. As the king of the cruiserweights himself, we haven't seen him in quite a long time in SWE, but here he is, the Geordie sensation known as Neville. Of course, no longer with WWE. Be interesting to see where he does pop up next. I'm hoping New Japan is going to be his next port of call. Maybe, I don't know, maybe as part of Bullet Club. I think he suits that, but with Bullet Club the way... Can you imagine like Neville and the Young Bucks in some sort of stable? Can you imagine that? I think that'd be awesome. Plus, like I said, I don't think New Japan or Bullet Club have really had a... I think Bullet Club have really had a an influence in the junior heavyweight division since Kenny Omega's promotion up to the heavyweight. So that's pretty interesting. I believe there is still one more person, which would make this an 8-man ladder match for this junior heavyweight championship. Who's the 8th and final man? It is someone who, again, we've not seen a huge amount of so far in this Universe mode. It is Mr. Roderick Strong. Roddy is going to be a great asset to this match as well. Very different styles in this match. We've got a few high flyers. We've got a few more technical people. The likes of Roderick Strong and Zack Sabre Jr. and Travis Banks spring to mind. Some hard strikers in Travis Banks as well. Roderick Strong, the king of the backbreaker. And that's the last thing you want, is a backbreaker and a ladder being involved as well, because Roderick Strong can really do some serious damage to these other 7 competitors. But there we go. There is your 8 members of the Junior Heavyweight Invitational ladder match. Let's just hope to God that the game gives us a decent ladder match, and one that doesn't... See, there's a balancing act in these ladder matches. You want one that goes a decent amount of time, so it doesn't end. What on earth has happened to that? Well done, 2K. We're finishing off WWE 2K18 just as we started it, with a game full of incredibly bad glitches. Right, I'm sorry to cut myself off, but what I really wanted was a good match, and that is not what we got. So, we will try again. Now, I normally won't re-record unless there's a horrible glitch or a problem along them sort of lines, but for me, well, I'm not... It wasn't technically a glitch, but I'm not happy what happened. Basically, the match finished with 7 people in the ring looking at somebody as they were trying to bring the championship down. No one even tried to block it. So I'm going to class that as a glitch. Hopefully this time we get a little bit better action. I mean, it weren't bad, but it was only the second time that someone had climbed the ladder in the entire match, and I weren't happy. I want to make sure this is the best. Now, I know I know that an 8-man ladder match doesn't work very well. I've done it before, and I always have this sort of problem, but I really just want to get that one lucky match that's good. That's what I want. That's Blue Thunder Bomb there by Travis Banks, and I must have cut myself off there, so if I did repeat myself at any point in time, I do apologise. But I wanted something better than that. I didn't want to give a crap finish to the match and all that sort of stuff, so I really want to make sure that it's as good as it possibly can be. I don't want to just, you know, I don't want to just rush it just for the sake of it. This is a very important match as well. This is going to determine who's guaranteed a spot on SWE Rising Season 2. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of these guys are, I wouldn't say guaranteed as such, but they're almost dead certs to be on the roster, aren't they? Like the likes of, you know, Kushida and Takahashi. When you're doing a Japanese-based universe mode, you know those two guys are going to definitely be involved. And the same with possibly Ricochet and Will Ospreay as well. I think those two are definitely ones that are, I think, definitely more than likely going to be parts. Zack Sabre Jr. as well, I think, would definitely be part. Neville probably. So I think all these guys are pretty much secured. I think maybe I don't know. Maybe Travis Banks could be in the danger. I mean, Roderick Strong possibly as well. It's definitely a tricky one, isn't it? Definitely a tricky one. Let's wait and see what happens, I suppose. As at the moment now, we are getting to a point in the match where someone could start to climb. A few people are grounded. And that's the best opportunity to climb the ladder, of course, where people are grounded. I mean, I don't know why Neville didn't go for it there, to be honest, as Ospreay's now back up on his feet, stalking the grounded Roderick Strong. Went for the dropkick, and Roderick Strong saw it coming and sort of just slapped him out the way, and Neville does have a hold of the ladder. And uses it to his advantage, as you would do. Neville just spearing Takahashi to the outside. He knows that he wants less people in the ring, not more. And now Roderick Strong does set the ladder up. And he is on his own, really. As a... Oh, what a splash that is by Ricochet on the outside. I mean, Ospreay's grounded, but Neville does see the danger. And Neville now... They're just so bloody slow, aren't they? Banks and Neville pushing the ladder over as Ospreay had just climbed. That was bad for Ospreay, but Strong still has a hold of the belt. And Neville brings him down in the electric chair drop. Travis Banks now looking to take Neville up, which he does. Lets him think about it, but Neville falls out the back. Nice. Into that reverse Dragon Suplex. It's not a reverse Dragon Suplex, it's just Dragon Suplex. Takahashi and Kushida now the two in the ring as Takahashi raining down the chops. The ladder's on the outside as well, which means no one's in massive threat at this point in time of getting the win. Travis Banks looking for the German and Neville flips at the back. Nice backdrop there by Takahashi. Roderick Strong with the ladder now inside the ring. He's going to set it up yet or use it. No, he's going to use it as a weapon first. Now Strong has set the ladder up, and Strong looking to climb the ladder. He's got a hold of the championship, and Travis Banks has noticed him. There's a forearm in the back, and Strong still holding up another forearm in the back. Another, but Strong still holds on now. Ricochet with the right hand in the gut, and I don't know what happened there. There was a lot of collapsing. Banks now with the right hand in the gut of Ricochet, and now some big right hands, and Ricochet fighting back on Banks, and Banks just about holding on, but then Kushida bringing Ricochet down. Ricochet climbing back up the ladder. Now Kushida and Zack have had enough and just push the ladder over. That's what we want. Some nice big ladder action. Some good old ladder action. Takahashi sending Strong to the outside, but Strong fighting back as Ricochet gets the ladder back in the ring. Zack now sending Ospreay to the outside and just belly to belly suplexes him back in. A lot of British talent in this this match as well, and that is an interesting one to have keep an eye on. We are looking at a potential European roster in 2K19, so if you are interested in this sort of thing, then do keep an eye out for that concept video. Roderick Strong gets caught by Neville. Neville's now on the top of the ladder. Guy sliding in to try and take Neville down, and he's got it. Neville wins the championship. Neville brings it down, and Neville is the brand new junior heavyweight champion. I mean, it wasn't the most perfect finish, but to be honest, that's the best one I think we're ever going to get in a ladder match on this game. It was, again, the problem is the animation. If the animation was correct, then Neville would have brought the belt down just as the three guys stood in the ring. So the match finishes and then it plays the animation. That's the problem. So, and because the animation takes a few seconds, the match has already finished and the guys just stand there watching. So it looks a bit stupid, but it is correct. And Neville did win the incredible glitched championship, and that means Neville's just guaranteed himself a place on the Rising video for 2K19. Like I said, I feel that Neville might end up becoming a member of Bullet Club and of New Japan in the near future, and should that happen, it'll be a perfect addition to the roster anyway. But he's going to be guaranteed that spot as he is the champion. And here is our next match of the evening: Dream Fatal 4-Way Ultimo Dragon, Tiger Mask, Rey Mysterio, and Jushin Thunder Liger. This is going to be a long old video, this one, isn't it? And that's it's ShabbyMania. We're gonna go all big or go home for ShabbyMania, haven't we? That's the big thing about ShabbyMania. It is the big special. And Tiger Mask, the man who people have requested in the past to be used in this universe mode, or not this universe mode, but just in general in a universe mode, and it's nice to finally have something for him to fit in. I mean, he doesn't just fit into everything, does he? Because he's I mean, he's an amazing wrestler, but I think that's one of the things with the rosters now. I think since we stopped doing I mean, I used to really love doing the draft, don't get me wrong. It was a chance for me and PJ Toby to get absolutely drunk and have a bit of a rant and a random chat and all that sort of stuff, and it was pretty cool to do. But at the same time, it was fun to do, but we just didn't really get the the most balanced and useful rosters, does that make sense? We had a lot of stuff we wanted to do, and because we were lacking one or two people, we weren't able to actually do it. So I think doing it the way we are now with the individual separate rosters, I think is helping us just step it up a notch, because it means that we can make sure we've got all the people that we want to be able to pull off the best shows we possibly can for you, and that's the plan. And I think 2K19 is going to be a step on from that, and we're really going to be able to improve everything and step it up a level. I'm going to sort the blogger page out as well in the next few weeks, so keep an eye out for that. It's going to be much more fresh, it's going to be much more useful, and it's going to have all the links and information to certain things. So if you do ever want to go back and watch anything, that you can go to that, and it will hopefully give you all the information. That's the plan. It's a plan, but will it work? That's the big question. As we await the entrance now of course, Mr. Ultimo Dragon. Ultimo, a classic wrestler. Mainly WCW, but he did have a little stint in WWE. One of the best cruiserweights around. Somebody I've actually got a signed wrestling figure of because I'm that cool. You know, as you do. Me and PJ Toby saw him in Stevenage in the UK a few years back. On the same show as Michael Elgin and Davey... Oh my god, that was great. Yeah, I forgot about that. Michael Elgin and Davey Richards did a tag team match because it was supposed to be... It was supposed to have been Brian Cage, but Brian Cage missed his flight. So Elgin turned up and Cage did it. It was supposed to be the Unbreakable Effing Machine. So it ended up being the Unbreakable Effing Wolves. And David Richards played double duty, which was pretty cool, actually. I enjoyed that. And then, yeah, we had Ultimo there as well, which is pretty awesome. I mean, Ultimo's one of the best around. And there he is in Jushin Thunder Liger. Again, one of the best around. An absolute classic wrestler. Been going for a very long time, 30-odd years. He's in his 50s now. Still working an incredible amount of dates. Working Japan, working Indies, working the Americas as well. So great to see him still going. And I'd be interested to see which one of these four guys does win this match. And I think, again, these four guys will all be people that are more likely to be involved in our roster for 2K19 as well for Rising. I think these guys are more of the sort of guys I want to stick with, the classical side. And I think we should involve these more in the Junior Heavyweight Championship division next time as well. I think that would be pretty cool to do. I mean, I would like to see that, actually. I think, yeah, these guys in the Junior Heavyweight division would be pretty awesome. Be a chance to see him get some championship gold as well. As we're underway, Tiger Mask with the dropkick to the outside. Now this one, unlike most of our Fatal 4-Ways, is just going to be a standard Fatal 4-Way. No elimination in this one. So first pinfall or submission will pick up the victory. Tiger Mask now, oh nice, taking Ultimo down. A boot in the spine of Ultimo before bringing him back up into a head scissors. And now the big elbows into the forehead. Liger now bringing Ray back up to his feet, sends Ray into the ropes, and nice clothesline there by Liger as Ultimo and Tiger Mask fighting on the outside. Liger gets on the back of Ray. Did this match ever happen between Liger and Ray? I know it was supposed to be. And then didn't Ray pick up an injury before it was able to go ahead? But now Ray's re-signed with WWE now, I believe, hasn't he? So I don't know if that match ever sort of happened between Ray and Mysterio. I know Mysterio did come back at some point, but I think he was just part of a tag team match, I think. I don't think he was ever part of the a singles match. It's a shame because it was a match that a lot of people wanted to see. I mean, it would have been a real dream match, and now we're not going to get a chance for that to happen unless WWE do it. And it makes you wonder what the situation is, because obviously Liger is able to do that sort of thing, because we've seen him do it already against Tyler Breeze in NXT a few years back. So it'd be interesting to see whether WWE could organise Liger working against Rey Mysterio. That would be an interesting idea, actually. That's not something I've thought about before. It's just literally just popped into my head right now, whether WWE would be able to pull that off, and whether... Well, the thing is, the women are getting their own pay-per-view. Why can't we have like a 205 Live pay-per-view? Have Rey Mysterio versus Liger as a big match. Have the Cruiserweight Championship been defended. Crown our first 205 Live Tag Team Champions. There's a lot of fantastic stuff they could do. I like that, actually. I like that idea, actually. I do like that idea. As Liger now dropping Mysterio neck first across that top rope. And I think Tiger Mask was lining Ultimo Dragon up for something. And Liger came behind him. But Tiger Mask able to reverse. Nice butterfly suplex there on Jushin Liger. But now that allows Ultimo Dragon. Nice Dragon suplex on Tiger Mask. Thought that might have been it, actually. What a great finish that would have been, actually. Ultimo now. Ooh, nice. Taking Tiger Mask down as Liger reversing Ray. I thought Ray might have been going potentially to try and set him up for the 619. Ultimo now sending Liger into the corner. That's forearm right in the spine. Another forearm in the spine as well. Oh. And Ultimo now sending Liger shoulder first into the ring. Ray and Ultimo now the only two on their feet in the ring, but in comes Tiger Mask once again. Oh, nice. Ray with a moonsault. And Tiger Mask now just wrenching at the arm of Ultimo, and I think Ray didn't quite get as much of that as he wanted. Ultimo with the jawbreaker there on Tiger Mask now. Takes him up into a sit-out powerbomb. Liger now electric chair on Rey Mysterio. Now reverse Dragon Sleeper by Ultimo Dragon on Tiger Mask, who fights back as Liger just getting rid of Ray. And Liger joining Ray on the outside. Whether that's a wise idea or not, I'm not sure. I wonder what Ultimo's up to here. He goes to the pin on Tiger Mask, but right in front of Ray, was able to break it. Now looking for that sunset flip bomb. Gets it. Doesn't hold it for the pin though. I thought he might do. Ultimo now and Liger on the outside going shoulder to shoulder. Both of them slide back into the ring. Liger catching Ray. And looks like Ultimo and Liger are both fighting over who gets to attack Ray at this point in time. Nice running forearm by Liger in the corner on Ray. Pings Ray to the outside, or back into the ring, should I say. And drops him face first. Tiger Mask now with a pin on Ultimo. And there it is. Wow. Okay. Out of nowhere, he just pinned it off. Wow. Great win then. It's Tiger Mask who gets it then. I'm not quite sure how that match finished. I was watching the other side of the ring, to be honest with you, and how was it that? Was it the Dragon Suplex? I think it was. It was the Dragon Suplex. And Liger was too bothered with taking care of Ray that he wasn't paying attention to the other side of the ring, and Tiger Mask gets the interested. Gets the victory. There we go. Great win for Tiger Mask. And here we go then. Main event of the evening. Main event of the video. This one is going to be a fatal 4-way elimination match to crown or to keep. Retain? I've got no idea. The Intercontinental Championship, because Kota Ibushi is the champion, defended here against Naito, Omega, and, of course, Hiroshi Tanahashi, of course. I forgot there for a second. So a full-on Japanese Intercontinental Championship match then. This would be pretty impressive. I'm looking forward to this one. Of course, we've got... all of the championship matches are great though, aren't they? So we've got the Openweight Championship in the next video, which is Drew McIntyre, Michael Elwood and Sekimoto. The United States Championship match in the next video as well. Austin Aries, CM Punk, Jay White. We've got the Fatal 4-Way Iron Man match between AJ Styles, Okada, Daniel Bryan and Shinsuke Nakamura in the final match. The final match of Rising. The final video of Rising as well. So So I'm looking forward. That's going to be pretty cool, I think. And of course, this is Tanahashi. Tanahashi, of course, has he held gold in... I've got a feeling Tanahashi was the first Intercontinental Champion. My mind is losing me a bit, to be honest. I'm a bit lost. I can't remember. I can't remember at all. I should do, shouldn't I, really? I don't know. I'm lost. Either way, second man to enter this match, of course, is Tetsuya Naito. Looking forward to seeing Naito again. We know he's a cracking wrestler. And we know he has the ability to be the champion here. Not had the best of universes, of course. Which I think he'll be the first to admit that he's not really been able to claim the big championships. And to be honest, even getting this match here, he had to rely on a little bit of skullduggery from the rest of his LIG stable in that match against Chris Jericho. Be interesting to see, though. It's not about who laughs the last. It's not about who laughs the loudest. It's whoever laughs last. That's how this universe mode works. And Naito could laugh last here and walk out of SWE Rising as the Intercontinental Champion. So next up then is, of course, the one and only Mr. Kenny Omega. A man who has, again, not had the best of times so far. I was hoping to see him hold some gold at some point, but it's not been his day so far. And it'd be interesting to see how he walks out of here. Be interesting to see how well he does here. I'd love to see Kenny Omega walk out of a championship. I think, like we were saying earlier in the junior heavyweight match, I know we're saying that a win here would guarantee you a place in the roster for 2K19. But again, I think all four of these guys, no matter what happens, are guaranteed that spot anyway, aren't they, really? Let's face it. I mean, they're all fantastic wrestlers. And it's just, it seems obvious, doesn't it, really? Well, we're not going to leave Kenny Omega out of a New Japan roster, are we? Let's face it. And Tanahashi and Naito, and of course your Intercontinental Champion here, Kota Ibushi. Ibushi always does seem to do quite well in these universe modes. He's done very well once again, like I said, as the Intercontinental Champion here. He's let his hair grow out a bit, and he looks like he's got a motorcycle helmet on now. But can he retain his championship here? Massive challenge for him. 3 absolute world-class wrestlers in a fatal 4-way elimination. So you're not just going to get one pin, you've got to make sure you pin all of them. This is going to be pretty damn interesting. I mean, any one of these 4 guys could walk out of here. I could not tell you who's going to walk out of here. I think all of them are absolutely world class. But one of them will. Who is it going to be? It's going to be a cracking match either way. Let's say this one's elimination, so you don't lose it. Or as I say, You can't win it in the first few minutes, but you can definitely lose it in the first few minutes. So you've got to really be careful. You've got to keep one eye over your shoulder, keeping an eye out for everybody else in the match, because anybody could sneak up behind you and steal the pin. But the one thing this is good for the champions is that they still have to be pinned to lose the belt. Whereas a normal Fatal 4-Way, you don't have to be pinned to lose the championship. You can use the championship just by, well, by doing nothing really. Someone else can just get the pin the other side of the ring and you don't even notice and you lose your belt without even getting pinned. So at least this way, Ibushi does have the power of knowing that if he does lose this, it's going to be his own, not necessarily his own fault as such, but whoever wins the championship's got to go through him first. That's what I prefer doing eliminations, because I really do think with an elimination match, the best man does win. And here we go. The bell goes, we are underway in the main event of the second half. The second quarter of our ShabbyMania pay-per-view here from SWE Rising. We've seen some cracking matches so far. We've seen 2 new champions out of 2 matches so far. Are we going to see 3 new champions out of 3 matches? It's possible. It is possible. Kota Ibushi is going to have to be in an extreme vein of form here to walk out as the champion. I mean, to get past 3 of a world-class wrestler is going to be difficult for any of these guys. Nice drop kick in the corner there by Ibushi on Naito. And Ibushi is in control of Naito. Nice headlock takedown. As you see, Omega and Tanahashi fighting on the outside. Ibushi brings Naito back up to his feet, and Naito fighting back with the right hand in the gut. Naito slides out as Ibushi slides in. A little bit of a getaway there being played, I think, between them two. Naito now looking for that dragon suplex, but Ibushi reverses it into the jawbreaker, almost like a stunner, really. And now rolls Naito through as Tanahashi heads up top. Has he got a frog splash from him already? Doesn't look like it, no. Well, he might have done, but Omega slow makes his way back up to his feet. Omega now with Tanahashi on his shoulder and drops him neck first across that top. Omega now heads out and in, as you do. Tanahashi catching Omega. Oh, nice dragon screw. Ibushi bringing Naito back up to his feet, and Tanahashi went to get him straight away, and Ibushi was having none of that. He wanted to get the damage for himself. Tanahashi now stalking... Sorry, Naito stalking Tanahashi, just say, then catched him with that elevated dropkick in the chest. As now Omega sends Ibushi crashing to the outside. Stamping on the leg of Ibushi. What Naito's up to here? Naito's now heading up top. Yeah, decides against that. I don't think that was the safest idea there by Naito. Looked a little bit crazy to me, but there you go. Naito now sending Omega into the barricade and a second time as well. And Ibushi taking Omega down. And now Ibushi goes to work on Tanahashi. So Ibushi's just basically doing damage to as many people as he can by the looks of it. Which does seem like a pretty smart thing to do. Just damage people and let the match go on, I suppose. Let them pin each other. Ibushi now bringing Tanahashi back up to his feet. Now up into a nice Ibushi bomb. Is that going to be enough to keep Tanahashi down? Ibushi now heads up top. Phoenix Splash potentially. Yep, there's the Phoenix Splash on Tanahashi. There's the pin. 1, 2. We have our first elimination. It is Kota Ibushi, the champion, eliminating Hiroshi Tanahashi. Naito now looking up top. Oh, went for the Frankenstein and misses it. And an elbow to the back there by Ibushi on Naito. That looked painful, that did. Omega sending Naito into the corner. And Omega now looking for that dragon suplex, but Ibushi just catches him with the right hand right in the chest there. Ibushi fighting back against Naito. It's like Omega and Ibushi maybe working together here. Bit of golden lovers. Might as well take Naito down between the two of them, mightn't they? Nice running power bomb. Nice Liger bomb. No, Ibushi up top. Another Phoenix splash. This time. Ooh. So Omega just broke the pin up there. Maybe Omega wanted to get some of the plaudits here. Omega now taking Naito up. Dropped him on the knee. Naito goes to the outside. Now Ibushi and Omega go at it. Ibushi dropping the elbow right into the shoulder and the elbow of Omega. That's going to damage him and potentially make it a lot difficult for him to hit some of the bigger moves later on. Nice springboard dropkick there by Ibushi. Omega looks like he's struggling. I'm really trying to remember what Naito's finisher is. I've forgotten again. Oh, it's on the top of my tongue. Or the tip of my tongue. Because if he hits it, I'm going to need to remember, and I cannot remember. The hell is it called? Oh, my memory is awful. Why did I take that bang to the head? What is it called again? I've forgotten. Let's just hope that Naito doesn't hit his finisher now, and that way I'm not going to look stupid for not remembering. Then again, I've already told you that I don't remember, so it doesn't really help me however way does it, I suppose. I can't remember. Nice running bulldog there by Omega. And then Ibushi just slapped Omega. Then caught him with that discus lariat. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Wow, craziness. Omega back up to his feet now. And Ibushi catches him with the right hand in the face. Good old right hand to the face, as you do. Ibushi... What's Ibushi going for here? I don't think Ibushi knows. Didn't work, whatever it was. Now Omega turns it around. Looking for the Rick Rude-esque neck breaker and hits it. Naito sends Omega into the corner. Omega fighting back. There's the right hand. Looking for a ripcord knee strike. Naito drops like a sack of spuds, but Ibushi goes after Omega. He knows that Naito's just been hit with a big maneuver. That might not be the best idea, though, by Naito, as he's now... Sorry, by Ibushi, as he's now on the shoulders of Kenny Omega. And there is the One Wing Angel. And we are guaranteed a brand new champion here as Kenny Omega eliminates the former Intercontinental Champion now in Kota Ibushi. Naito now looking for the neck breaker across that middle rope. Naito's going to get his finisher now, isn't he? I'm going to forget what it was. What's his finisher called? Oh, he's about to hit it as well. He's about to hit it as well. Oh. He's hit it. My memory is so poor. The thing is that oh my god. My brain is broken. It's a bit like Mexican sounding, isn't it? I really can't remember. It's really annoying me now. Really annoying me. Why can't I bloody remember? It's not like Tranquilo. Tranquilo was Dotsman and Desperado was Dotsman. It's something along them sort of lines, isn't it? I'm sure it are. I'm sure someone will remind me in the comments section again. I can't remember. It seems to always slip my mind the name of his finisher. I don't know why, but Omega looks down now. If Naito can hop in for the pin. Two. And again, so close to a brand new Intercontinental Champion, Tetsuya Naito. Ooh, Omega there looking for a bicycle kick. Naito caught in, then straight into it again. He hits it. And I just apologise. My wrestling knowledge has completely deserted me at a worst possible time, as we now have a brand new Intercontinental Champion in Tetsuya Naito. So Naito is guaranteed a place in WWE 2K19 Rising roster as your Intercontinental Champion. See, this is the situation here where Ibushi probably should have allowed Omega to pin Naito, but instead Ibushi tried to get behind Omega and take him down while Naito was grounded. It just did not work. Ibushi got caught in the one-wing angel and got eliminated. And there we go then. Good times here for Tetsuya Naito. He's pleased with himself, and as he should be, because he's the brand new SWE Rising Intercontinental Champion. As I said at the beginning of the match, he who laughs last, laughs loudest. Anyway, that is the end of part 2 of our 4-part ShabbyMania pay-per-view. Of course, if you have enjoyed this one, please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you would like to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for part 3 of ShabbyMania, including the United States Championship match, the Openweight Championship match, Marty Scurll and the Bucks versus the Undisputed Era in an elimination table match, and, of course, Finn Balor versus Jordan Devlin. Best 2 out of 3 falls. Bye. 1, 2, 3.